Two hip kicks.
Boom.
Boom.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Finding Your Music Mojo. I'm TC from TKR Video Central.
And I am Dawn from Two Hip Chicks.
We have had an unexpected change of plans for tonight's show. Katie from Vintage and Vinyl is a bit under the weather this week, so we're going to postpone our RSD special that we were going to do with her until our next show, which will be November 18th. And we're also going to be trying to get a retailer to talk about it the following week, on the 25th, which is like 3 days beforehand. So
that'll be 3 shows a month. That'll be 3 shows in a month.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do for December because it's going to throw our schedule off. But
man, is that going to mess us up?
Maybe,
hey, Rachel, welcome.
But we thought, since people have been asking us the last couple of weeks on both here and on Chit Chat, and Rachel actually is one of them that has been asking, we thought we'd cover the topic of inexpensive turntables. There's some people, we're trying to get people back into vinyl. I buy a ton. Dawn has a ton to sell. Dawn is trying to sell these poor suckers all the vinyl that she can't sell me. So
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, dude. I'm just having a good time playing the records myself.
Oh, I know.
And finding new homes for them. So it's not, there's no suckers in this room. There's
no
suckers.
There is not. There are not, because people who are here are obviously music lovers and they're going to want something new. So we thought we'd talk about some of the ones we've talked about on Chit Chat a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And find a couple other ones maybe. And you've been diligently for the past 10 minutes since we got Katie's notice about, running through and finding stuff. So hopefully we've found a few that we can talk about.
Well, I figure, it's a good topic anyway, because like Rachel's looking, other people are looking for, if they're picking up vinyl or they have vinyl that they haven't played in forever and they don't have a turntable anymore, you kind of want to, you don't want to spend money on something that's not going to be worth it, right? Or you're going to be really sorry you bought, which is, I've been there.
Yeah, me too.
Been there and done that. And you want it to be, you don't want it to ruin your record. You don't want it to be a pain to set up. You don't have to buy a lot. You don't want to have to buy a lot of other things to make it work. And you'd really like it to be turnkey, right? Just kind of open it up, set it up, plug it in, turn it on, and let it go. So let's take a look at some stuff, because I think at least you and I together could talk about features we like about certain things on turntables, features we don't like, kind of what we look for in quality and in functionality. We'll call it that.
Okay, sounds good.
That's cool. So the first two, now I'm going to bring up, let me see if I can share this one. What I'll do is.
Hello, Wildflower. Welcome.
Oh, hey, Wildflower. Welcome, hon. Yeah, it's Turntable Talk. But I did the link that I posted in our chat, and I think it's in both now, is for the Record Store Day list for the next show we do, and the one after that. So that'll give you a chance to look at the list and can figure out if you want to buy anything from Record Store Day or not, or what you would buy if you were buying anything. All right, share screen. Let's try that. We'll share this one first. Okay, so this is Google, and I looked up, because this is relatively new, and I saw on YouTuber's review of this. They got like what do I want to say, an early release of the turntable from Crosley, because they have many, many more followers than I do. So I saw this guy did a review on it, and that is this one here, the C300 fully automatic turntable in black. It is a Crosley unit. It is a higher end Crosley. It's not built like the briefcase ones or the suitcase ones. You've seen those.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the ones that Crosleys are pretty much famous for. They're done by other, they're pretty much, they've gotten good and bad press.
Famous, infamous.
Infamous, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're not. Those are a lower quality, kind of just a really beginner's turntable. Think about the stuff that you were when you were a younger person and music or records were a thing. That was the kind of turntable you buy for your kids. Well, they're
Yep.
not going to hurt your records per se, but they're not going to give you the quality of audio that you're probably looking for as an adult. So I'm very happy to announce that Walmart's carrying it, and so is Home Depot, although I did not see it yet on Amazon. So Home Depot, it's got to be a shipping. Yeah, they say free shipping on there. Now, the one
Yeah.
on the left there is a C series. That's a different one. This one right here. And we'll get to that when we go to basically figure that out. So I'm trying to think. Crosley Radio. Let's just go right to the horse's mouth. So this is Crosley's site, and this is their Model 300 or C300 fully automatic turntable. And when they say fully automatic, the difference is you hit a button and it moves the needle over for you and drops it down. And then when the record's done, it picks up the needle and brings it back. That's what they mean by automatic. Some record players have that. Some turntables do not.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay a little more for that feature. So this being $200 or just under $200 is kind of amazing, because I haven't seen that feature on anything under 200 or at 200. It's usually over 200. So that's kind of cool. Let me pull up the actual. I don't think I can get it any bigger. No, they won't let me make it any bigger.
The sad thing is, this thing looks like a kiddie player.
It does,
because of its small platter.
Right, small platter, but it is a metal platter, and that's the other thing. The Crosley suitcase ones have a plastic platter, and plastic. There's reasons you want a metal turntable. One is stability.
Plastic is not your friend. Plastic is
not your friend.
static.
The heavier the turntable, it gives you better tonal response, and it doesn't pick up vibration as badly as plastic will. Small platter is perfect for 45s, true, but you may get into albums too. So, I mean, yeah. I'm not saying that you might want to use. I have played many things on my little Crosley suitcase player, mostly 78s. However, that's why I bought it originally, was to play 78s on it. But yeah, Mr. Ladybug. Aww, those are so cute. I know, right? I love those kitty ones. So this one, so they're saying fully automatic. Drop the needle at the touch of a button. When your record is finished playing, the tone arm returns to zero with zero assistance. This is aluminum tone arm. Important. I can't remember. I think they're plastic tone arms, or at least plastic head shells on the cheaper ones. Aluminum platter, belt driven. Does that mean? Yeah, look at that. And the last thing it says, it's switchable preamp. Now that's important because it depends on what you're hooking it up to. Now this does not come with speakers, and you'll want to have some kind of amplifier for it. And preamps are needed if you're not using line audio. And it's all. I mean, can you explain, TC, the difference between like preamp versus line or phono? No? Okay.
You're better at technical stuff than I am. But
okay,
the preamp is used to boost the signal.
Yeah, the simplest way to look at it. Yep, you're absolutely right. Is the amount of power they're putting in. If you go way back in the Wayback Machine, old stereos used to have a phono plug-in and line plug-in, and usually those were set up with, if you didn't have a lot of money, it was either a phono turntable and a cassette player or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Or an 8-track player. The line voltage is different. So if you had a phono or a turntable that needed a phono preamp because you didn't have a phono plug on the back of your stereo, you'd have to buy a preamp separately. So this gives you the option, depending on what your setup is, to have either phono or line. Come on, I'm trying to make this work. There we go. So you switch it to one or the other depending on what amplifier you're running it through or what speakers you're running it through. This also seems to have Bluetooth out. So this means, doing good. How's your evening going? That means that I see it right there. There's a Bluetooth out button. Let me find it. Oh, go back here. There it is. So this has Bluetooth out right here. And that is nice because you can then run it out to a Bluetooth speaker. No matter what Bluetooth speaker you have, if you've got one, and a lot of people do, that saves you some money from trying to buy an amp on it.
Yep.
So there you go. 2 speeds. You can set it up for 33 or 45. And it's got the buttons. And I believe when the guy looked into this, that I saw the review, and it's still out there on YouTube, but I don't have the link with me. He checked it out, and it's electronic. It's not a mechanical return like the older turntables. You remember people opened those up and they had all the mechanisms in them to make them work.
Right. Yeah.
Retract and pull back the needle, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go. Bluetooth with an aux optional Bose or Sony. Those would work then. You could use them either way on this unit. So the guy said, actually, because this runs now, this is the other thing, and this is a lot to soak in, so I'm sorry, but this does come with a magnetic cartridge. You want more magnetic versus ceramic. Those are cheaper cartridges, and they don't sound quite as good. And this is an Audio Technica cartridge from the symbol on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the logo for Audio Technica.
Audio Technica ATN 3600L cartridge, it says on there.
Yeah.
So,
and that's not a bad little cartridge. I mean, that's pretty much what I run on the player I have down here for my daily driver for grading stuff and what we use for whatnot. That is what's on this machine. But this has a permanent head attachment. It looks like this is permanently mounted, pre-mounted moving magnet. So you could not replace the whole cartridge. You are destined forever to use this cartridge on this machine and just replace the needles, right? You can't switch it out for a higher end cartridge.
Yeah,
is what that means. But that's not an issue. Those, I can tell you, run about $25 a piece when you wear the needle out. That's just for the little white piece on the front there. And we buy those in bulk pretty much because we play so many records. Yep. But they do a good job, right? They're great. In fact, I'm got one upstairs now on that project turntable that I use upstairs. I mounted one up there with a full cartridge just because I was using that up there for a while to play records, as you're aware, because the turntable you see every week for the 45 plays and the albums, that is that project up there using that cartridge most recently. So and it sounds all right to me. So
yeah,
it's just because we were going through so many, I hated having my nice Shure cartridge being chewed up by a bunch of old 45s. There you go. All right. So anyway, moving on. Footprint. I'm not a fan of the smoky tinted cover, but other than that, it's not a bad little turntable. Truly, I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. Metal turntable for sure isn't very impressive. And the guy said it sounded pretty good. So that's one choice you have.
Good.
The other one we said what you brought to the table was this Sony.
Mm-hmm.
This is the PS-LX310BT. It must be BTs for Bluetooth. Yep, that's it.
Yep.
This will connect Bluetooth as well. It is not an automatic turntable. This is a manual from what I'm seeing here.
It's semi-automatic. It comes back when it ends.
Okay.
And you can bring it up and you can hit the button, but it has to be done manually.
I gotta share screen again. Sorry. Hang on. I've got the wrong screen up now. I pulled it up, but I didn't show it. There we go. There you go, guys. Sorry. So that's it there. $250. They just went up then. Didn't you say it was?
Yeah, because I paid $169 for mine. That was 3 years ago. So it's gone.
But you're very happy with it. So you're using this one.
Yeah, I like mine. I like it fine. It works fine. It's not my top choice. I have a very nice 1982 Marantz in storage that I can't get to. And when I got back into the vinyl community, I picked up this turntable to use with what I have now. And it works beautifully. It has great sound, great everything, and it's all automatically adjusted. This is what you get if you get something super simple. Like I was used to being able to do the tension and check the positioning and stuff. This is already done. You don't have any adjustments to make. It doesn't give you anything to make adjustments with, which is the bad thing. But it also has never had a problem with anything I tried to play on it.
Yeah. So it's preset weight on it and all that. So, okay, do the covers ever vibrate too much? So Usually you won't have a problem like that unless you're mounting your turntable directly on top of a speaker or something that's near the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
The cover shouldn't be vibrating because ideally these have no speakers in them. You're hooking them up to an external speaker and you keep them as isolated as you can from vibration. So the cover shouldn't vibrate.
Right.
Unless, like I said, you're setting it right on top of your speakers, and that's really a bad idea because you will
Yeah,
pick up things.
and
Yep.
it'll vibrate off and fall on the floor and break. You don't want
And
to do that
break
either.
and ruin your life. Yeah, exactly. No, not a problem. There's the cover. I like the classic design on this. It's very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Very clean indeed. I'm trying to see what else we got. Oop.
Say hi to a few people. We have Beth coming in, Miss 80s Movie Music. Hi, Beth. Patrick is here. Hi, Patrick.
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 Patrick. What is this? It's because you go, aw. All right. So this is great. So yeah, it does size, the 7 and the 12-inch, which is good. That's pretty much what you need. Not a lot of 10-inch records out there, guys, unless you're buying specialty pressings.
Yeah.
33 and 45. And again, because it's vinyl mostly, if you want to play something that's a 78, either shellac or vinyl, you'll want to get a different player. But they're not making that many of those either.
No.
You could
you would be able to do a 10-inch on this, but you would have to do it manually. Because it would not do, because it has automatic when you push the button. If it's set for 7-inch, it goes to the 7-inch position. If it's set for 12-inch, it'll go to the 12-inch position.
Yeah, but you can actually just move it over manually, right? So that's not a problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Free expert. Oh.
Did you ever have a kiddie player or anything else that had 16 on it?
Yeah, that's usually for spoken word.
Yeah, I had one of those too. I never ever saw a record that actually played 16 at 16. And I mean, that was that little GE powder blue GE little kiddie player I had. I'm like, what kiddie records were made at 16 that they felt the need to put on there?
Story time kind of stuff, probably. It wasn't great for music, but it was okay for spoken word. All right, on the back, I don't think we can. Oh, we can get a little closer. So output select either aux or line, phono or line, and then let's see, equalizer. Does it have a back? Does it have an equalizer on the back of it?
If it does, I've not really played with it.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's EAN. I'm really not. Can you blow it up anymore? No, can't. Low, mid, and high. So I'm thinking that's probably the. Oh, it's got a freaking. So this will play out to your computer, yeah?
Yes, it has a USB.
Yep, it sure does.
That's one of the reasons I bought it, so I could connect it, because I want to digitize everything eventually. So.
Okay, and then there's the input there. What's the button? I can't read it. Standby or something? Is that the
that's
power
actually
button?
that's the power button? Yeah.
Okay, good. Husband needs a new turntable for his office. Yeah, there's some good choices out here. It comes with hardwired, or the cable's already wired in. That's a nice unit, really. It's very clean looking, very modern.
The 45 adapter actually slides into a little hole on the left side of the base.
Really?
And it doesn't. And instead of having
not showing it.
Like something, no, it doesn't show it. I found it by accident when it fell out when I took it out of the box. But it's like, yeah, I usually just keep mine on top because it's easier, because I do more 45s than anything else. So
yeah, true that. Okay, so there's that one. Somebody's got a video, so you can check both of those out, guys. That is amazing that the prices jumped up that much.
But yeah, I don't know what the heck with that is, because I'm surprised. Maybe it's because we've hit November 1st. It's Christmas time. That's when they jack up the price.
Amen to that, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get this guy now. I'm going to go to Amazon next. And welcome, everybody. If I haven't said hello, I'm sorry. I'm kind of looking at the screen. Amazon. And as you will see here, TC up in the left corner, or the right corner, where it says in the box, in the cart, is my album waiting to be purchased. Can you see it?
Ah, yes.
Okay. I wasn't just done for your benefit, dude. I actually plan on buying it.
You mean, wait a minute. Now I gotta go out there, and
Yeah, here it comes.
I gotta do that. You mean this album?
That album. Yeah.
Buy this album, everybody. Marcine, Dragon in Harmony, awesome album.
Just go check him out on YouTube and you'll want the album. Trust me. That's TC got me hooked just from that, sending me a link.
I've been a fan since he was on AGT in 2019. The guy is just amazing.
Yep. Yep. TC, what I was thinking, because looked at the turntable last week and didn't think it was 250. Yeah, it wasn't. Just
Yeah,
jumped
no
up.
kidding. Yeah,
It
because
just
we looked at it when it was on Chit Chat and it was the 199. So we
Yeah.
took a huge
It was the
leap.
same price as the other one. I was like, damn. So yeah, here we go with Christmas. All right, so let me go back up here because this is this Crosley C series. Now that one is a S300. That comes bundled with a speaker. I don't know. We'll find it without the speaker and see what it looks like. Let's see. But you can go right to the Crosley site and you can see what that one does too.
Yeah.
I would avoid anything under $100.
Pop
Simple
Sky
fact.
Vintage Turntable, 3-speed Bluetooth player. I don't trust that one. Sorry.
Yeah, this one. And the
69.
reason is, did it pop open in a new? Oh, sure, it popped open in a new freaking screen. Hold on. I hate. Let me try window instead. Share screen. We'll try that. There it is. Sorry, guys. It pops over and there you have it. Amazon wants to open in a new screen. So there's a couple reasons. Number one, this guy right here, point at the little red thing that's going to drop on where the cartridge is. That's the same as a Crosley in all reality. And as the little players, the suitcase players, it's the same.
Right. Yeah.
Basically same cartridge.
Crappy cartridge.
Yep, crappy cartridge, crappy tone arm, crappy mechanism, probably the same crappy. Yep, there it is, and all its glory. You want to avoid that if you're going for something. I mean, you can buy this, and it costs about the same as a suitcase player, and it looks a little better than a suitcase player, but they're all kind of the same, and you're not going to get any more quality out of this than you would a suitcase player, as far as I'm concerned.
No, not really.
It's the same mechanism, has the same inherent issues, which is cheap materials. And it's just, I mean, it's wired for a specific sound, and that's all you're going to get out of it. Mm-hmm. No matter how good your headphones are or and it's got speakers built in. So, and those speakers are not big enough to make it sound good. Even with headphones.
Yeah, none of these with the speakers built in are going to have really great sound. If you want good sound, you need at least a Bluetooth speaker to get semi-decent sound, and then real speakers to get really great sound. But I can vouch for the Sony. I have a Bluetooth speaker. I haven't even thought of trying to hook it up with that yet. I need to do that. But the speakers I do have, which oh gosh, I've forgotten what they're called now. They're not in here. I had them out in the other room because I'm still rearranging. Those things were amazing. I mean, you could have them on as low as 3 and you could hear it all over the room. Yeah. Because they're powered speakers and they're fantastic.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, I would avoid this mechanism. To start out, if you don't have that kind of money, if you don't have $200 to throw into a turntable, there's nothing wrong with this. But you're going to get much more enjoyment and much more quality of sound out of something that's better than this.
Yeah, so save instead of spend, so you can afford the other one later.
I would rather have you not buy any records from me and buy the turntable that you want to get. It'll service you better. So, all right, Amazon. Now we're going to pop out of that. Let me find the next one. This one looks interesting. This is also a Crosley. Let me pull that one up next.
Mary, I got to say, I agree with you on that.
I know, it is pretty rude, isn't it? It's like, what the hell, man? Okay, so this guy, this is turntable with Bluetooth out. It's $189. It is a Crosley C100 BT, which is Bluetooth, and BK, which is black, I guess. Turntable player with adjustable counterweight. Now that one, let's go here. That's the beast. It looks to me like that is a metal turntable. It might not be. Sometimes looks are deceiving. Aluminum tone arm, plays 2 speeds, adjustable counterweight.
Can we get a close-up of that turntable platter? It looks like it's designed to make you think like it's a direct drive turntable, and it's not.
Yes, it just
It
totally.
clearly
Yeah.
says belt driven on it.
Right. Yeah. It's just there to, and they even got the strobe on it, which is supposed to make you think that. I mean, it will show you. Probably it'll strobe sufficiently to show you your speed, and hopefully it's dead on. There is a. It looks like there might be an actual adjustment.
Hmm.
See, so power on and off on that. There's the Audio Technica cartridge. That's just a little bit different than the one I use. Does this say? I'm looking to see if it says anything about.
The fact that their higher ends use Audio Technica is something that I did not know, and that's something that it's good to know because if that cartridge, if it's an Audio Technica, you know at least it's not going to be a really crappy cartridge.
Yeah.
It might not be a top of the line cartridge. They have those too, but it at least is worth having.
Right. So I'm really wondering about this because that looks like it may have a pitch control, but I don't know. But it's definitely a manual turntable.
Hmm.
What
And
do we
yet I've
say?
never seen a strobe on a belt driven turntable. That's
Oh,
interesting.
I know. It's
So
an interesting little feature.
that's weird. That's weird to me.
C100BT. Yeah, a second. C100BT. Let me go back down here.
Rachel, I think you're right on the nose. I think the markup is in place to bring it down for Black Friday. We'll have to
I think
check
that's
it
a great
on
one.
Black Friday and see if the price went back down to 199. That would be hilarious. And also, like Mary called them, dirty bastards there. Rude
Okay,
thing to
they
do.
want 189 here on Amazon. They also have it. Let me pull it up here. It's on the Crosley site too. It comes in two different colors on the Crosley site. Let me sorry guys for popping in and out like this, but I can't get this. Well, look at the window. Let's do the window. Let's see if that makes it work. There we go. So we're looking at the window here. So this is the same turntable on this Crosley site. It comes in black and champagne. You want to feel like you're getting a good deal.
And that's the same turntable?
Yep, that's the same one that showed up on Amazon, only it's in black and champagne. Here, let me show you.
And so and the Amazon one is like $70 cheaper, $80 cheaper.
$279 on the Crosley site versus Amazon's, which is $189.
Yeah. $90
Run to
cheaper.
Amazon and buy this turntable.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't bother with the Crosley site. Wow.
But I wanted to see if it's got a pitch control. Well, of course, this ain't showing me squat. Well, at least this guy. Yeah. No, that's No, that's pitch. That's pitch up and down. So it might adjust the motor, and thusly you would have that strobe actually be functional.
Oh, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because having it as a decoration is just kind of stupid. But I've never
Exactly.
seen that in work in cooperation with a belt drive turntable.
It
So
definitely
that's
looks like it,
really
though.
weird to me. I've never seen that before.
It looks like it. So that might be worth picking up. I mean, it's got the magnetic. Hang on a second. Looks like it's got a magnetic cartridge on it. Come on. Picture, picture, picture. Actually, that was not right. Right there is pretty good. It does look like it's digging into the record, however. But diamond stylus, a standard half-inch mount with replaceable cartridge, which is also nice. Because the other one isn't a replaceable cartridge on that semi-automatic one or the automatic one. Semi-automatic sounds bad. Pre-mounted moving magnetic cartridge, diamond stylus. This wouldn't be a bad choice. And you could replace it with anything you wanted. Right? If you wanted to if somebody gifted you a $500,000 cartridge, you could slap it on this thing if you
Yeah,
wanted
the
to.
bad thing about the cheaper suitcase Crosleys isn't the fact that they don't work. It's the fact that the cartridge and the needle that they provide are basic and they're not real good on your records.
Right.
That's why I mean the machine itself is probably serviceable, but when you get up to here, this is where you can say, okay, at this level, Crosley is probably trustworthy.
Yeah. And truthfully, I don't think that. I think the suitcase players get a bad rap for like killing your records. They don't. All right.
No, not really. Not
The
as much
needle,
as
the
people
type of
would like
needle
to
they
think they
use,
do.
is in within specs of safety for the vinyl you're playing. It's just you're not going to get great sound out of them.
Yeah,
more
that's
than
what the audiophiles are like. Well, you can't really because it'll ruin your records, and it sounds like terrible. It sounds terrible. Rachel wants to know,
Yeah.
or excuse me, Beth wants to know what model that is. The
This one here is
C100BT from Crosley.
from Crosley, and they're showing it on their site at $279. Now I was checking. Is it because it no same color, different colors, same price, but Amazon has it for $189. Same machine.
Don, you need to write Crosby and tell them you want to test this machine out, because hey, if Frank can get one from Victola for free to test out, you can too.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. They might not like me. I didn't. I usually tell it like it is, and I say yeah, but this one I might pick up just to try it. Now that's the Bluetooth speaker not included. There you go. So yeah, that's the unit, and it's nice that it has an adjustable counterweight and all that. And I think it had. Did it say adjustable anti-skate? I can't remember. Lower price from other sellers. But yeah, I mean that's cheap, and that's another decently priced turntable. All right, moving on over. What's next? Ooh, again with the
Another one of those pop play things.
basically,
Yeah.
truthfully, folks, if you see this cartridge, right? If you see this cartridge, this little red cartridge, I would say that unless you can afford better, don't buy it. If you can afford better, don't buy this. Buy because there's your mechanism again. Same. The speakers are pointed up this time instead of down. That's the only difference. But it's the same mechanism. Don't buy it. Like I said, the only reason I own one of something like this is for 78s, and I put a special 78 cartridge on it just to make sure that I could play them the way they needed to be played, and that's why I own one. I probably own more than one now. Hang on a second. I gotta go back. Ta-da! Then they come with speakers. Again, I think this one. Now this one shows. What do we got here? Hang on a second. 1x1 Bluetooth turntable hi-fi system with 36-watt bookshelf speakers, patent designed vinyl record player with magnetic cartridge, Bluetooth playback, and auto off. So this is a partially automatic one. It'll shut off when the record, but I don't know if it'll return. It just shuts off.
It's coming with speakers. They're probably not great.
Yeah. That's the standard little Audio Technica cartridge. That's the AT3600. But it's not a bad cartridge. I like the fact that you can remove the cartridge and replace it. I like the wood grain. Belt drive is not a problem, really. You're paying much more if you go to a direct drive. Here we have electronic controls, and for some reason you can sync it up to play. Wait a minute. You're playing your phone on this? Is this output or input? That's the other question. It does, because you got speakers with this, I will bet money that this is Bluetooth in and not Bluetooth out. Enjoy your favorite
Yeah, that's
music.
something you got to be careful with these. Is sometimes it's Bluetooth in and sometimes it's Bluetooth out, depending on what they're doing. Mine is Bluetooth out. The Sony is Bluetooth out, so that's
Fluence.
Yeah, Fluence. From Beth would like to know. Those are quite expensive sometimes. I've not heard bad things about them though.
All right, let's see if Amazon carries them first of all, because we're on Amazon, and why not? Fluence. $250. That's not bad. That's still within. That's a decent range for price. High fidelity.
Yeah, especially with that's the same price as the Sony now. So
yeah, now the Sony and that one are very close in price. Anti-skate solid wood cabinet, lovely. Elliptical diamond stylus, belt drive, built-in preamp, adjustable counterweight, dual magnetic cartridge, yada yada. Lovely design. I like the clear better. It's got the other Audio Technica cartridge, which is also, they're really close. Some people think this one's a little better. Some people think it's a little worse. I think they're about the same. Solid wood pin through. Okay. Isolation feet. So that's that's also important, I suppose, if you're going to be in an area where there's a lot of vibration to pick up. Low distortion, sparkling treble, strong bass, yada yada. So this does have auto stop on and off. I don't think it returns. I think it just stops when it gets to the inside of the record, or to the dead wax, for sure. Whoops, sorry. Get back in here. Phono bypass, line interface. Okay.
What is it with you and pictures, Don? I swear you have problems with pictures at estate sale bingo too.
I do. I admit it. So this looks good, actually. And it comes in white and black, piano black and white. Now that's wood. Wait a minute. There we go. Let's get up here. White, black, and wood. So pure analog listening experience, high performance cartridge. I would try this one. This doesn't look bad at all. I'd have to, get it in the house and listen to it. I like that S-type tone arm. The design on that. That's a little more high-end looking.
I prefer the S tone arms too, but I don't have one on the Sony. And the Fluences, Beth said she won a Fluence RT81 in a VC contest a few years back. Haven't had to replace the belt yet. Yeah, those are, everybody I've seen that has Fluences that have talked about them has spoken very highly of them.
Yeah,
and
usually you don't have to replace the belt. If you get to regular use and you don't allow it to sit for years and years and years and get dead spots in the belts don't usually deteriorate like they used to. They're formulated a little differently now, but like on that project upstairs, I had to replace the belt on it because it years and years and years of it. I mean, it's an old one. It's like the first one the cavemen pulled out to play records on, right? It needed a belt, but it was just stretched. And those were not cheap, but yeah, belts shouldn't wear out no matter how much you play with it, as long as you keep the unit clean and in a decent environment, not a lot of dust, etc. So those aren't bad at all. I like those. Those are nice. Bluetooth record player. I think that's it. There's another one here for $300. It's the RT82. What did you say you got? The RT81.
Yeah, 81. Yeah.
This might be the the newer version of that. It's what, 3 years ago for that one. This is nice for $300. And it comes, of course, in bamboo. Ooh. And again, this is all aesthetics. They're the same exact player. They just have a different bass. Here, just for shits and giggles, let's go to that one. That is a nice, yeah. That's a nice cartridge. Those are more expensive cartridges. It's probably the difference in price. That's probably the reason this thing is $50 more.
Yeah.
Just
Orphans are all pretty good, so.
And they're lovely to look at. They're beautiful. They're nice. They add a pleasing aesthetic to a turntable, just because they're very pinpoint and direct. I used to have one I played with. I used a lot. I used it up, but they're great for that. Now this is an external belt, which is interesting.
I hate those. I think that those always worry me, but they're.
They work for people. Can't do that.
Yeah, if you're in like you said, if you're in the right environment, they're fine. But I would worry about it up here just because it goes cold to hot all the time. So I think it would not do well.
Oh, that's a nice.
It's more protected inside.
I mean, it looks nice. It looks like it's got a metal platter, which is important, right? You're getting better tonal quality, and heavier platter will definitely help you with your any vibration, wow and flutter, etc. I'm going to see here. There we go. That might help.
Beth would like to know what's your go-to cartridge. Do you have a preference?
I really like, if I could afford it, I like Shure cartridges if I could afford them, but I can't afford to put that many on turntables for the amount of records I play. So the Audio Technica, what was that one? The white one? I can never remember the dang code on it, or what is this? Hang on a second. Not this guy. Go back home. I'll find the one that's on that one Crosley. Oh, hello. Turntables. I know, right? That one right there, the little white guy. What's its name? What's its name? Oh, what were you on? I guess you're on this one too. Yeah, of course it doesn't say. Come on. Anyway, it's the white one. It's Audio Technica. I use that one. We buy them in bulk. They're about $25, and they are reasonably. I mean, they're okay for what we do, right? As far as testing. Oh no, I don't want to. Don't give me that. As far as playing records, a lot. But this other one, this other Audio Technica, the green one too, and I don't forgive me, I don't know the numbers, unless TC can look them up while I'm doing this.
I will look and see if I can find them. Yep.
Okay, go here. There we go. Oh, I suppose I could look in my purchase history and I'd tell you what it is. Ooh, do I have one down here? I might just have one floating around down here. Yeah, I do. Bing, 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 bing. It is the Audio Technica ATN 3600L. There you go. You can make me big. Hang on a second. I can make me big. There. That's what I use. Hey, Michael, how you doing? And the only reason I use that is because, like I said, I can't afford the one I like, so I'm using this one, and it's fine for what we do here. But we play so many records.
Here's a link to the Audio Technica magnet, moving magnet style.
Yeah, and you can buy it. You can buy just the stylus, or you can buy the whole cartridge. It's probably about very close to the same price. It's maybe $10 difference if you buy the whole cartridge. But they work great. I love them, and they perform well, and they're not too expensive. Yeah, this is just the cartridge. I was wondering if I put the. It's just the stylus. So yeah, so that's Fluence. Those are nice. I would say those aren't bad. Now I'd have to get one and test it to give you my unbiased, opinion of how it works. Let's move along here. I want to see what else Amazon offers. This is only $118 or $119. We didn't look at this one buy. Has anybody tried the one buy? I think there was one up here too. Yeah, this guy with the speakers was a one buy. This one.
I think that's the same model, but just without the speakers.
Ah, there you go. So now you know what it's worth. Yeah.
From the look of it.
That. Man, no, I'm looking at this going, is this like a cheap brand of project turntable? You know how some companies will produce turntable or produce things and they're known for their quality, like, the pinnacle of quality, and then they put out another brand that's different yet very similar. I think because that tone arm looks a lot like the one upstairs on my record player, and so does the mechanism in the back. So that's why I'm wondering. But hey, what do I know? Audio Technica stylus. Yeah, that's the one. Hey, that's the one. In fact, thank you. Finally found it again. Yeah, that's interesting. I'd be interested in looking at that one for a couple reasons. Number one, I think somebody makes that. I'd like to know who One by One is owned by. I'm suspicious. Let's call it that. But this has phono or line outputs. It has a switch to connect it either way. Pair with wireless speakers, so that's cool. And a USB port for PC link. This might be a good one to pick up and test. I think I might have just found my test turntable, guys. What do you think, TC?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm checking on that for you too. So
let's add the cart. Let's add it to cart. I don't have to buy it. I don't have to buy it, right? There you go. All right, it's added to the cart now. There we go. So my wife is now cringing because I'm going to buy $100, $100. But you know, it's content, right? All right, we're going to take a look at that one. Can I get out of there? Thank you. There's a probably T4000D black, fully automatic Bluetooth 2-speed turntable for $109, but I got a sneaking suspicion. That's very plasticky looking, isn't it? Oh, it comes with speaker. No, that's turntable only. Okay, but you could get it with speakers if you wanted to. Oh, it's very small. And I'll bet you that's a plastic. Maybe not. Bluetooth.
The 1x1s are made by a company called Ion.
Oh. Ion makes some cheap stuff. I think isn't Ion like Walmart or something?
I don't know, but they have plants in Cumberland, Rhode Island, Hampshire, New England, Krefeld, Germany, Taipei, Taiwan, and Tokyo, Japan.
Ooh. Ooh.
Whatever the hell that means.
Global market, kids. It was a brand by, there you go. Michael came up with it too.
Yeah, Michael's got one.
Exporters of doorbells, video intercoms, security cameras, smart light switches in China. I'd love to. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy it just to test it. They don't make it anymore, but I bought my daughter a Target Heyday brand turntable a few years back, and honestly, it's been a good little turntable. Yeah, they're not bad. You know, they're not bad. It's just if you want to get good sound quality out of some of them, you can't. Now this one is very plasticky looking to me, and I think that's a plastic turntable, but they're not really giving us the. I wish they'd show it without a record on it, but they're not.
Which means it's a plastic turntable.
It probably means it's a plastic turntable, exactly. Yeah,
how would you compare these to the old Sound of Vinyl that were well known in your area?
Sound of Music?
Sound of Music, whichever the name of the company was.
Yeah, it was Sound of Music. Or Voice of Music, I'm sorry.
Voice of Music, sorry, yeah.
I would say Sound of Music. Sound of Music is a movie. We'll go there. Voice of Music, they weren't bad. They were mechanical turntables, right? They made them they put them in consoles, they put them in boxes with speakers in them. They did a lot of things. These obviously are going to be built with newer materials. For the time, I mean, back then, they didn't have electronic audio stereo systems or amplifiers in them. They had pretty much tube, a lot of tube.
Yeah.
A lot of tube stuff. But then they slowly graduated towards electronics, but the company went out of business, I think. And again, I'm not a historian or anything, but I think they went out of business just before the electronic amplifiers and stuff came into vogue for record players. So, but yeah, the one I had was built in the 60s, and it had tubes in it because you had to wait for it to warm up in order to hear it. Hey, Glams is here. Welcome, dear.
Hey, Glams. And hey, Michael, since I didn't say hey earlier.
You have 2 turntables. I used to have 2 turntables and a microphone and a mixing board and the lights. So that's your Sony there, I believe. Isn't that the same one? PSLX 3110 or 310 BT? It looks like it. Hey, yep. That's what they want. Okay, that's that one. Angel's Horn. There's some. Glams is still feeling down to the weather. I'm sorry, sweetie, especially your birthday time. Bluetooth turntable, 2-speed belt drive, built-in preamp. I've never heard of Angel's Horn. Has anybody ever had anything to do with them?
No, that's completely new to me. I've never heard of that brand at all.
Visit the Angel's Horn store. They're using that Audio-Technica cartridge. I can't tell. That turntable looks metal, but it'll play. Ooh, this will play any size. They all will, basically. And there's that cartridge. Wireless connection with Bluetooth. All the stuff. RCA jacks, phone line out switch, Bluetooth signal out. And again, for $169, that's not bad. I'm looking. Let's go to their site a second. Angel's Horn. Huh. Oh, that's cute. It's got meters on it. That's a neat looking one. They have some interesting stuff. That's very retro looking.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Glams. I hope you're feeling better.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Seems to be a big thing. I had problems this weekend after getting our shots. Katie's down with not feeling well today.
Yeah, we're all breaking. We're all falling apart, guys. I'm
It's
sorry.
a time change.
There you go. Blame the time change.
Always blame the
They-
time change.
They've got some interesting stuff here, but I've never heard of them. Put a turntable in every room in your home. I'm surprised there's not one in the kitchen and the bathroom. Look at that. That's amazing. And then they can even tell you which ones they recommend for the bedroom. That's crazy. Okay, I'm interested now in them too. I've never heard of them. Has anybody in the chat ever heard of them or own one? That's interesting. Okay, that's another one on my radar now. I worry about the ones that don't have any. Like, okay, this one, 1,000 times no. Again, red, cheap mechanism, price, and not no. Well, here's an Audio Technica one. Is it? Is it really? 150. Fully automatic belt drive stereo turntable, hi-fi, 2-speed dust cover, anti-resonance, die-cast aluminum platter in brown.
I've actually heard that those are not as good as the next level up. But some people really think these are terrible, and then the
I can
next
see
level up.
why. I
Yeah,
think we've discovered why. That tone arm, no
yeah.
counterweight. It's basically just an upgraded Crosley style. I call them that. I know there's another name for them, but it looks like they just took the red needle off it and put that on it, So plastic, plastic, plastic.
Randall says to check out the Angel's Horn with the speakers built in. So that's. Does it have? Do you have it? Is the sound good on those, Randall? Because I'm not familiar with that brand at all. Angel's Horn is completely
Yeah, I
new
mean
to me.
it's. Let me pull it back up a second and go to their website. That is not the built-in speakers. I don't see one. This one, maybe? Yeah, built-in speakers. Oh, it's on Amazon
I
for
haven't
$215.
heard it. Yeah.
I haven't heard it either. But again, with speakers built in, you're not going to get a good. Number one, you're not going to get great stereo separation. Number two, you're not going to get great low end because they have to worry about vibration to the turntable and pulling it back in through the stylus and the cartridge. It's great if you're in a small space or if you're just going to use headphones, but I don't think that I would want them. 2 tweeters, 2 mid-range speakers. I'm sure it might sound okay, but I'd really prefer, even if you're running them through just preamped speakers from like computer speakers, really good computer speakers with a subwoofer, you're going to get better sound out of that than you will this. Call me crazy. Oh, look, a commercial.
Now that looks suspiciously like the Sony one. Very similar.
There you go. And here we have the North American heterosexual mating ritual. Hey! Available on Amazon. Okay.
Oh, maybe you better add that to your order list, Don, so you can try it out and see how it sounds.
I know, right? How to put your dang turntable together. Okay, we know how to do this, but the mechanism is all plastic inside there, and I'm sure most of them are, but make sure your belt is yeah, that's just how to load it. I get that. Okay, thank you guys. We appreciate you. I might try Angel's Horn. I might. Take it out of the box and plug it in and wall and play it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And if that's what you're just looking for, that's probably not a bad choice. Probably not a bad choice at all. If anybody buys any of these, I would love to see them do a video on them. Number one, if you want to build your viewer base, these videos do well. They have a very long
Yeah.
shelf life. They really do. If you want to make something like that. Is this an Audio Technica Bluetooth fully automated belt drive turntable with vinyl record cleaner? Dang. It's basically a spinny record cleaner. That's wild.
Comes with a spin clean from the look of it,
Yeah.
or something similar, or vinyl style.
Something similar to a spin clean. Ooh, you got 2 hours to get this for $199 or $119. It was regularly $179, so $180. I don't know who it is.
And Don, Mary does have a message for you.
I haven't dropped any cash yet, honey. I've just put it in the shopping cart. I put one in the shopping cart so far. Retro
And so
Life.
she doesn't forget it, probably.
Yeah, just so I remember it's there. Retro Life. Never heard of them. It looks like it's trying to look high end, but I think it's pretty cheap. It's got that same Audio Technica cartridge. They're showing it with some shelf speakers. It's got the standard, connectors and switch. It's my wife giving me shit. I'm trying to ignore her. She is. She's giving me shit. She's giving me shit. My wife gives me shit. Yeah, I know. She doesn't believe a word I say. Have you noticed? All right. Well, I guess the whole purpose of this show tonight, guys, was to let you guys know that there are options out there to buy a semi-decent turntable without going super cheap and still getting some good quality out of it. This is a rabbit hole we could go way down, TC.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could continue to go. Even the further down we go, the higher price they get. And we looked at some of the ridiculously priced ones on an earlier show about 6 months ago. If I can find it, I'll link it in the show notes. But because I mean, those were turntables that were what, 36,000? I think one of them was.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy.
They were more works of art than they were record players or turntables.
Yeah.
They were really, much. I mean, this is a showpiece. They were showpieces. They were something that if you would decorate a room around because they were so expensive and beautiful, but damn.
Yeah, no kidding.
Damn. So yeah, all right. Eventually somebody is going to buy a turntable and do a review on it. But yeah, the two we started out with, the Sony and the Crosley, the round 250, I guess now, weren't bad turntables. I think those are good first choices if you've got the money for those. If you don't, there are ways to make your turntable sound better than one you have.
That's on your end. I don't know if you can do it when you're on this channel.
I can't do it. Glams, thank you so much, sweetie. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Down payment on the turntable. Glams is supporting my habit. I will get you, Glams. I will play my my little thingy for you the next time. Yeah, I don't have it in my...
Of course, Mary.
Yeah, I know, right?
So anyway, if you guys tune in to see the Record Store Day list, that will be on our next show in 2 weeks. Katie was a bit under the weather today, and so we are rebooking her for the 18th, and I'm thinking the 25th. I would like to present both ends of Record Store Day from our point of view and from the retailer's point of view. So I'm going to try and have somebody on the 25th that will talk about that end, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen yet. We'll see what we can arrange. But Katie will definitely be here in 2 weeks with for that stuff. What else have you
Yeah.
got going on, Don? Your schedule gets bigger and you're not as crazy as I am normally, but I'm actually slowly ramping back up with my stuff. But I don't know
I
about
think you're
you.
rubbing off on me, buddy. I think it's all your fault. I'm blaming you. So first of all, Lambs, thank you again for the super chat or whatever it is. I can't tell from this angle, but I'll play something for you tomorrow on the show. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are doing many things. We're doing Chick Chat every Tuesday and Thursday at noon. As you guys know, most of you come in on the regular, and thank you for that. Tuesdays it's just normal chat. And Thursdays we do a thing called estate sale bingo, where we look at an estate sale online and we all play along with a bingo card you can generate and play along with. No prizes, but a lot of bragging rights. And that's kind of fun too. I think Mary's the last winner. Wait a minute. Who's the last winner? Oh, no. Yes. Hang on. TC won last time. You won, TC.
Oh, yeah, I did. That's right. I totally forgot, actually. Yes, I did.
TC has been not bragging at all, it sounds like. He forgot. And then Wednesday we're doing Johnny's Hump Day auction, so come by for that. That's at 1 o'clock on the Cajun or is it
New England Cajun Roots Reseller.
New England Cajun Roots Reseller. Nothing like an easy name. It wasn't me. Yeah, I know. It was TC. And then of course the part where you've rubbed off on me is we do clean and play grade 45s every week, so I post those on Sundays. Thank you very much for coming and checking those out. That drops at noon Eastern time. Also at noon Eastern time on Wednesdays we do a weird album Wednesday drop for people to listen to the strangest albums you'll ever listen to. Tomorrow's is going to be fun. Please check it out. And Fridays, if I can get it past the YouTube copyright people, the gods, we drop an album basically from our own collection. So you'll get to hear stuff that we like to listen to, which is kind of fun. And these all happen at noon Eastern time. Also, members, if you guys become a member of our channel, TC doesn't have memberships yet, but we do. If you become a member of our channel, we drop everything early for you guys. So you get it at least a day ahead of time before anybody else. So that's kind of cool as far as the uploads. So check that out. It'd be kind of fun.
And did you forget something?
Oh, that's right. There's Tuesday nights at 7. Checks in the mail, buddy. Thank you again for that. Tuesdays at 7, we're on Whatnot, guys. If you have not been on Whatnot yet, it's a lot of fun. It is an app for your phone, but you can also access it online on your computer. There, we get to play the records live and sell them. So come and check us out on Tuesday evenings at 7 on Whatnot. I think it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of good people there. We have a lot of great deals. And if you're thinking about getting back into vinyl, I highly suggest you take a look at our pylon at the end of the show. Unless you find something, of course, in the show you want to buy. But they'll go relatively cheap and you're getting a stack of records. So check that out as well. Thank you, TC.
No problem. For this end, on my end, I have been taking most of October off except for certain shows because I've been trying to catch everything up. But those will start ramping back up over the next 2 weeks. But I have Daily Obscuria Monday through Friday at 11. I have several chart shows up throughout the week at 4 p.m. and the Kirkham Report every Saturday at 4. This Saturday we'll also see the return of the Pop 50 Challenge quiz at 11 a.m. Excuse me, and Saturday Night Disco Party at 11 p.m. And I'll have more in the weeks to come.
Cool. Randall's getting a new cartridge and stuff. Yes, very cool, buddy. That's great. I love it when I get a new needle. It just makes my whole day. Yeah.
And a very important message from Patrick Murphy. If you have
not
yet,
don't forget to vote, guys. Go out there and vote, baby.
We don't politic, but that's not politicking. That's just saying, go do it.
Just civic duty, buddy. Go do it. Pick the person of your choice and vote for them. Thank you again, TC. Thank you, everybody. We will be back in 2 weeks on our channel, and that will be Record Store Day.
Yeah, hopefully.
The link is pinned at the top of our chat on our channel. So go check out the list and come back with some you might want to buy if you were going to buy any at all on Record Store Day. There's a whole big list. It's like 4 pages.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of music.
It's not as big as April Record Store Day, but Black Friday has quite a few titles, and people are Kind of mixed. Some people
Yeah.
love it, some people hate it. It's been better reacted than last year. So go over and check it out and join us in a couple of weeks and let us know what you want to get.
Perfect. Thanks,
Until
everybody.
then, I am TC from TKR Video Central.
And I'm Dawn from Two Hip Chicks.
And we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great evening and stay safe this week.